Really? Really? That's what I'm subjected to after waiting an entire fucking week of the All-Star break? That's what we were all subjected to? That? 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 Disgusting. I want to erase that from my mind. Holy hell. As soon as I saw Jeff Hoffman go into the 8th inning, which I even questioned to begin with, because why Jeff Hoffman has been your best reliever this year, I'm not sure if it was matchup-based. I'm not sure whatsoever. I don't know why. I understand Jose Alvarado needs to get time. That is clearly evident. Jose Alvarado needs to pitch out of the bullpen. I'm not saying he doesn't. But why isn't Jeff Hoffman your guy for the 9th inning at this point? At this point, it should be clearly obvious. It should be clearly obvious that Jeff Hoffman is your guy for the 9th inning right now. Because Jose Alvarado just does not have it. The past couple of outings, I believe it was a stat from Corey Seidman that he posted after the game. So in Jose Alvarado's last 4 1/3 innings, 7 runs and 13 base runners allowed. That just can't happen. Jose Alvarado clearly does not have it. He clearly is not pitching with the same stuff. He has not been the same pitcher, I would say, for the past couple of weeks. He has looked very off, and I think it's really time to start getting concerned about Jose Alvarado, because he just does not have that same feel. Just doesn't have that same lockdown ability. The velocity doesn't feel the same. It's either the velocity is off and the command's there and he's getting hit a bunch, or the velocity is there and his command's completely off. And he can't locate it all, and he's walking a bunch of guys. It has not clicked at all for both. For Jose Alvarado in the past couple of weeks, it just has not been there. And it looks like completely the All-Star break has not fixed that problem. So there's got to be something deeper there with Jose Alvarado for, I don't know if it's a confidence issue. I don't know if it's something injury-related that they're not telling us, or Jose Alvarado's not saying anything. There is something completely wrong right now with Jose Alvarado, and it's very concerning because there's a couple of guys in that bullpen right now that you can't rely on. You can't rely on Seravity Dominguez. That is a clear obvious. We know Dave Dombrowski is probably going to go after a bullpen guy, but honestly, with the way Jose Alvarado is pitching, it might be forcing him to. It might be really forcing him to go after someone for the bullpen, because right now, this was just a very, very weird game. It really was. You can blame literally everybody head to toe, in my honest opinion. I don't think there's one aspect of this game from this team that is safe from the blame. Yeah, you put up 7 runs in this ball game. You could have scored way more. You could have had way more runs on the board. That's an issue. You go up 3-0 in the top of the first. Great. You still have plenty of chances to score in that top of the first inning. And the lineup is even a bigger question mark in this game as well, because you have a week off. Why isn't Bryson Stott in the lineup against a lefty, where he's technically supposed to be better numbers-wise against left-handed pitching? Why is Edmundo Sosa playing? Why isn't Johan Rojas playing against a lefty? Why are you force-feeding Christian Pache into the lineup? I just don't understand that lineup making. But why is Garrett Stubbs playing against a lefty? Why don't you put Marchand in there, who's a switch hitter? It could probably give you some better chances there against lefties. It just doesn't make a sense to me that this was the lineup decision coming into this ball game, and this clearly showcases why you need to make a trade for extra outfield help, because we good? I just saw that the internet disconnected from itself from OPS. Holy hell, I hate that. I was in the middle of a goddamn tangent, and I guess fucking the internet didn't want me to go on this goddamn tangent, because holy shit. I am livid right now. Like, I don't even know if you guys even heard that entire rant that I just went on, because it was a gigantic rant that I was. It was specifically in towards to the bottom of the lineup, and Christian Pache getting all these chances. Weston Wilson, even though he had a nice day at the offense, he left a lot of meat and bones on the plate right there. And then I don't know why Marchand's not playing against the lefty, because he is a switch hitter. I don't know why you're force-feeding Garrett Stubbs into that situation. It just doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense. It does not make sense to me, in my opinion. I apologize for the internet issue right there. I don't even know what the hell happened. I don't know why that gigantic lag spike just happened there for me. It just, like, the entire connection just went completely dead. So probably I'm going to have to reset the modem for future use if the internet's going to constantly be like this for streams, because honestly, it's been like this for the past couple of times here. So I'm probably going to have to settle that and reset the modem or something like that. But this game just fucking pissed me off. It really did. It really did. That was just not what I wanted to see coming back from the All-Star break. Yes, you got on the board very early. You put a 3-0 lead there. You could have had more, but okay, settle for a 3-0 lead. Aaron Nola gave it right back up. Aaron Nola did not have it tonight. There's just no way of explaining it. Aaron Nola just didn't have it. You can put it to, okay, from the long extended day off, because when was the last time Aaron Nola even pitched? Was it last Wednesday? That last game against the Los Angeles Dodgers, I believe that Wednesday or Thursday or something like that. So yeah, it definitely has been a long time since Aaron Nola pitched, but in my personal opinion, that's not an excuse for how rusty you were. You just could not locate any of your pitches. You were getting rocked around. O'Neal Cruz was your fucking dad tonight. He was your father. Like, O'Neal Cruz completely destroyed this team tonight. 120 mile an hour hits off the bat, 115 plus mile an hour off the bat. This dude is just ripping the ball all over the place. It's ridiculous. Weston Wilson hits a home run, they instantly tie it. Trey Turner hits another home run. He continues to be on fire. That was great. Then Orion Kerkering comes out. He can't find the strike zone, and he allows a couple of runs to score. He does keep it a one-run ball game, but then you have plenty of chances to continue to add on to the lead, and you just don't do it. You had 2 base runners on to lead off the top of the 9th inning. I believe it was Nick Castellanos that got on, and it was either Alec Bohm that got on and Nick Castellanos, or it was Nick Castellanos and someone else. So, yeah, it was Nick Castellanos, and I believe it was Edmundo Sosa. Then Weston Wilson got out, then Garrett Stubbs got out, and then I believe it was Brandon Marsh that pinched hit for Christian Pache. He struck out. So, unacceptable in my opinion, and that just can't happen. Ridiculous. So if you want to go through the course of this game, I'll definitely scroll through Twitter just to see the updates from Rob Thompson in regards to what happened in this game, what's wrong with Jose Alvarado, and if he has any comments there. But let's go into the recap of this game, because this game was just fucking stupid. This game was just absurdly stupid. It just was. It really just was. So, top of the first inning, that's when you get the 3-0 lead. Trey Turner walks. Bryce Harper reaches it on an infield single. Alec Bohm walks. So the pitcher, Perez, on the mound for the Pittsburgh Pirates, clearly was dealing with, I guess, all-star break rust. And Castellanos, he gets a double down the left field line. He scores 2 runs. Then Weston Wilson, he reached in on an infield single, which did score another run, which made it 3-0. But then Garrett Stubbs, he gets hit by a pitch, which loads the bases up again. Or it was actually 2 men on or something like that. I believe it was bases loaded in that situation. And then Pache strikes out. I believe it was on 4 or 5 pitches or something like that. Yep, swung at all the strikes. Basically, no pitch was thrown in the strike zone except the final one, which was right down the middle of the plate. And you left a lot of meat on the bones there. In that first inning, you're up 3-0, but could have been way more. Aaron Nola, bottom of the first inning, gets off to a horrendous start. Andrew McCutchen leads off with a single. Brian Reynolds sends singles, which moves McCutchen over to third. O'Neal Cruz rips that 120 mile an hour double to center field, which scores McCutchen and makes it second and third. Then Gonzalez grounds out to shortstop, scores another run, makes it 3-2, and then Rowdy Tellez hits a sacrifice fly. He did that a lot today. He tied the ball game up at 3, and then Hayes grounded out to end the inning off there. So instantly the Pirates responded. It was just one of those type of games. Top of the second for the Phillies, Kyle Schwarber led off with a single. Nothing happened following there. Bottom of the second for Aaron Nola, he got into 2-out trouble. Sawinski single with 2 outs, and then McCutchen walked, and Brian Reynolds struck out. Top of the third, Weston Wilson, solo shot, put up the Phillies 4-3. Bottom of the third, O'Neal Cruz leads off with a double, then Gonzalez grounds out, which moves Cruz over to third base, and it was one of those ground outs where it was to Alec Bohm, and Alec Bohm looked Cruz back to second base. Cruz just went on the throw, so Cruz was just being insanely aggressive today, and he got over the third base because of that. Then Tellez had a sacrifice fly once again, ties the ball game up at 4. Top of the fourth, Pache, would have loved this single when he had the bases loaded, but he singles to lead off the top of the fourth. Trey Turner then hit the 2-run shot, crushes the ball, makes it 6-4. Harper then grounds out. Bohm reaches in on an infield single because the Pirates go to the bullpen, and then Castellanos strikes out. Bottom of the 4th inning, Nola actually had a clean inning, basically. Struck out the lead off the inning. Then Bart gets hit by a pitch, and then Nola gets a double play to end off the bottom of the 4th. Top of the 5th, Phillies add on to their lead, but they could have had way more. Edmundo Sosa leads off with a walk. Weston Wilson singles, which moves Sosa to third base. Garrett Stubbs then walks. Pache strikes out swinging. I believe this was okay. This was an extra pitch in this at bat, but still, just not a competitive at bat whatsoever. Kyle Schwarber has a very long at bat, manages to get a sacrifice fly. Okay, at least you get one run there. Makes it 7-4, but then Trey Turner, left meat on the bones. He struck out swinging, and you could have had way more in that situation once again. Bottom of the 5th for Nola. After a 1-out single by Reynolds, he gets out of that inning unharmed. Top of the 6th for the Phillies. Once again, more chances to score. Alec Bohm singles with 1 out. Nick Castellanos gets hit by a pitch. And then Edmundo Sosa singles, which loads the bases up for Weston Wilson. Soft liner right back to the pitcher. Easy double play there. Liner right to the pitcher. Double up Sosa at first base. And it's just like, really, man? Really, man? Like, how unfortunate can you get there? Bottom of the 6th for the Pirates. Gregory Soto out there on the mound. He gets into trouble with 2 outs. He gets the first 2 guys out. Then Palacios singles, Bart singles, and you get a 1st and 3rd situation for Connor Joe, who was pinch hitting. He grounds out right to Bryce Harper, so no harm, no done there for Gregory Soto. Top of the 7th for the Phillies. They go down 1-2-3. Bottom of the 7th for the Pirates. Kerkering out there on the mound. Allows 3 guys to get on base right here. McCutchen singles, Reynolds doubles, Cruz reaches in on an infield single, which scores the run, makes it 7-5. Gonzalez, he strikes out swinging. Tellez, sacrifice fly, which scores the run, but then O'Neal Cruz gets thrown out at second base, trying to tag up from first to take second. He was called safe initially on the play, but the replay looked like Edmundo Sosa tagged him, like, basically on his hair. Like, literally his hair. Before, because Cruz tried to do like a deke slide or something like that, move his left hand back, reach over with his other hand, and it looked like Sosa, like, because Cruz's hair was like flying all over the place, and I guess Sosa touched his hair to get him out, and that ended the inning there for Kerkering. But still, like, you cannot allow that instantly to happen right there. The 3 leadoff guys basically reach base there. That just can't happen, and it's a one-run game again. Top of the 8th for the Phillies. They go down 1-2-3. Top of the lineup there. Heart of the order. That just can't happen. Bottom of the 8th. Jeff Hoffman out there on the mound. I have no idea why Jeff Hoffman's in the bottom of the 8th regardless. He does his thing. He strikes at the side. It's just, that's Jeff Hoffman. He's been dominant this year. Why isn't he pitching the 9th inning? I have no idea. Top of the 9th for the Phillies. They have more chances to tack onto the lead. Nick Castellanos and Edmundo Sosa lead off with singles. Weston Wilson pops up in foul territory. Garrett Stubbs flies out the right center field, and then Brandon Marsh pinch hitting for Pache. Strikes out. When he had 2nd and 3rd, just can't do anything here. Alvarado comes into the ball game. Connor Joe leads off with a single. Can't throw a strike to Andrew McCutchen. He walks him. Reynolds strikes out. Cruz. And then basically McCutchen and everyone there, McCutchen and Connor Joe, they stole 2nd and 3rd base. I think it was actually Michael A. Terrell that came in the pinch run for Connor Joe. So they stole 2nd and 3rd basically during the Reynolds at bat. I believe it was Garrett Stubbs that tried to throw over the third base, didn't manage to beat the runner. So you got 2nd and 3rd. Reynolds strikes out, but then O'Neal Cruz, I believe he was in a 2-1 count. Grounds it back to second base. It was a chopper. It was a softly grounded ball. For some reason, Edmundo Sosa tries to throw home. What are we doing here? What is that throw decision? Just throw the first base, get the 2nd out. The ball game was going to get tied regardless. That's just the case on that play. You were not getting the out at home, and now you just allowed them to get a free base over at first. That was just stupid. That was just stupid. And then Gonzalez comes up, singles, scores the winning run. Phillies lose 8-7. That's just a game that you can't lose. That's just a game that you can't lose, and you stabbed yourself in the foot a billion, trillion, blah, 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 blah times. It's ridiculous. That just can't happen. It just can't happen like that. Ugly. Unacceptable. Let's look at the lineup today. You had 13 hits also. The Pirates had 13 hits. You went 3 for 11 with runners in scoring position. You left 11 runners on base, and the Pirates went 3 for 10 with runners in scoring position. The Crews went 2 for 3, though. Look at the difference between their chances with runners on and our chances with runners on. O'Neill Cruz had 3 chances. He went 2 for 3. Ryan Reynolds had 2 chances. Gonzalez had 4 chances, and Connor Joe had 1. So, literally, the 2, 3, and 4 hitters had, what's that, 3, 5, 9 chances. The 2, 3, and 4 hitters had 9 chances with runners in scoring position. Okay, let's compare that to the Phillies. Sosa, 2 chances. Wilson, 3 chances. Pache, 2 chances. Stubbs, 1 chance. And then if you want to throw in there, Trey Turner and Nick Castellanos had 2 chances combined. And then you want to throw in Brandon Marsh there at the in that too. So 3 for 11 with runners in scoring position. Sosa had 2 chances. He went 1 for 2. Wilson had 3 chances. He went 1 for 3. So that's 2 for 5. And then Pache went 0 for 2. So your, what is that? The 7, 8, and 9 hole hitters went 2 for 7. 2 for 7. If your 7, 8, and 9 hole hitters are getting 7 chances, and I mean 7 chances. No, actually, I'm forgetting Garrett Stubbs in there as well. I'm forgetting Garrett Stubbs. So instead of, no, it's 8 chances. 8 chances there. They went 2 for 8. If your 7, 8, and 9 hitters, and also your 6th hitter in the lineup, if they're getting 8 chances to score, you're not going to score that much. I'm sorry. Yeah, Sosa went 1 for 2. He didn't get an RBI, though, because that loaded the bases up. Weston Wilson went 1 for 3. He had 2 RBIs on the day, but just not enough. And then Pache has 2 chances. Stubbs had 1 chance. Turner and Castellanos had 2 chances. Schwarber didn't have a chance, unless his doesn't count because he got a sac fly. So technically, he did his job. Harper didn't have any chances. Bohm didn't have any chances. Your top part of the lineup barely got any chances today to drive in runs. So if you're looking at the lineup today, Kyle Schwarber 1 for 4 with the sac fly. Trey Turner 1 for 4 with a walk and the 2-run shot. He scored 2 runs as well. Bryce Harper, he went 1 for 5. Alec Bohm 2 for 4. He scored a run. Nick Castellanos 2 for 4. Edmundo Sosa 2 for 4. Weston Wilson 3 for 5, 2 RBIs. He had a solo shot. On paper, he had a very good day at the office. He left a lot of meat and bones on the plate. He just did. Meat and potatoes on the plate. Left way too many chances there. He had 3 chances with runners in scoring position. Just got to put more guys in there. It just needs to happen. It just needs to happen. You have a bases loaded chance, you can't ground into a double play. You have more chances in the 9th inning, you got to score there. I'm sorry. You got to be better there. Garrett Stubbs, Garrett Stubbs is not going to come up for you every single time. He went over 3. Christian Pache, he went 1 for 4 with 2 strikeouts. Like, what is Christian Pache going to do? That's just bottom line there. So the lineup, I'm not complaining about Weston Wilson and being in the lineup. I feel like right now he'd be more of a capable bench bat than any of the other guys that you have on your bench, besides maybe an Edmundo Sosa. But it's just to the matter of the fact that, what is Christian Pache going to do? Why is he in the lineup? Why are you just force-feeding Christian Pache into the lineup at this point? It just doesn't make sense. Just let Johan Rojas might have came up in that situation with bases loaded. It's not guaranteed. I'm not saying Johan Rojas is the best hitter in the world. He's 20 times the hitter that Christian Pache is, and that's barely even an achievement, in my honest opinion. But it's fucking ridiculous. It's fucking ridiculous. All your bottom of the lineup guys got so many chances, and of course you weren't going to score that much. It's just a joke, in my honest opinion. It really just is. Look at the chances for the top of the lineup for the Pirates compared to ours. Serious, like I said, the Pirates' top guys, they had 9 chances, and the other guy that got a chance with runners on was Connor Joe, and he was the 9-hole hitter. That just explains everything there. And then O'Neill Cruz, he went 2 for 3 in his chances. Yeah, Brian Reynolds went 0 for 2. Then Gonzalez went 1 for 4 in the lone chance, one of the 4th opportunity that it got. It's just the top guys constantly get on base for the bottom of the lineup, and the bottom of the lineup is not driving guys in. That's why you need to make moves at the deadline to supplement the bottom of the order. And I still don't understand why Bryson Stott's not playing in the game. I don't care that Bryson Stott's bat's struggling. It's better still a better part of your lineup right there, and I believe Stott's better against lefties. That's just a fact. Yeah, Brandon Marsh, it's understandable not to put Brandon Marsh into the game against lefties because Brandon Marsh is not good against lefties. That's understandable. That is understandable. You could have Weston Wilson in there. Why is Christian Pache playing? Why is Christian Pache playing? Because it's obvious that when you trade for outfield help, Christian Pache is going to be the odd guy out, and he's probably going to get DFA'd. So what is the purpose of him even playing? That just doesn't make sense to me. You tried to salvage his bat. You tried to fix something with his swing. It clearly didn't work because he's not a major league caliber hitter. His glove can only do so much. His glove just cannot save. And he has a great glove. He definitely does. But his defense just cannot make up for him being a black hole down there in the bottom of the lineup when he's in the games. It's just not going to work. And I don't know why you're trying to force feed Pache in there against lefties. Specifically, I don't know why, are his numbers better against left-handed pitching? I have no idea. But there should be no way in hell that Christian Pache is in the lineup. It does not make sense in my honest opinion. So Trey Turner had 2 RBIs. Castellanos had 2 RBIs. Weston Wilson. Trey Turner had 2 RBIs on the 2-run shot. And yeah, he went 0 for 1 with his runners in scoring position. But if Trey Turner gets more chances with runners in scoring position, I think Trey Turner comes up more times than not. Then I would say Edmundo Sosa that has 2 chances, and Weston Wilson that has 3 chances, and Christian Pache that has 2 chances. I believe that Castellanos comes up more times. Castellanos had 1 attempt today with runners in scoring position. That was in the top of the first inning, and he came through in that only at bat that he had. What if Bryce Harper had chances with runners on? Kyle Schwarber had a chance with runners on. I wish he would have did more, but he still got a sac fly and drove a runner in. That's doing something. That's getting a productive out. Would have loved more, but still, it's a productive out. What was Rowdy Tellez doing the entire day? Sac flies. I believe he had 3 sac flies on the day, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Rowdy Tellez, he had 3 RBIs on the day. He went 0 for 1. He had 4 at bats, I believe. He went, basically 0 for 4, but 3 sac flies. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous, and I'm trying to see if there's anything here from Rob Thompson post-game. It's just, I need to see something here. I need to see something here on Rob Thompson. Okay, Rob Thompson here on Jose Alvarado. It looks like the stuff's there, the velocity is there, the shapes are there. He's just not getting much swing and miss, so he must be missing over the plate. I've seen a lot of guys throw through this during the course of the year, and they fight it out, and he will. So, obviously, Rob Thompson's going to play the confidence role. He's going to play the confidence role on Jose Alvarado, which is what Rob Thompson does. I'm not entirely shocked there. No, I don't think there's anything else. No, I don't think there's anything else post-game wise. That's just fucking annoys me. That fucking annoys me. Phillies blew 3 leads. Yep, they blew 3 leads. They blew a 3-0 lead, they blew a 4-3 lead, and they blew a 7-4 lead. Ridiculous. Just absolutely ridiculous. What's the Pirates record? 49-48. 23-44 at home. Just can't lose to that team, man. I know the Pirates are a team that can beat you, but just can't. Just unacceptable in my opinion. Unacceptable. And what else on here? Jose Alvarado post game. I'm just going through a rough time right now, but I'll keep working, giving the best of myself, and we'll see at the end of the year how that works out for me. So it just right now it looks like it's just a issue with his stuff. I guess as you describe it, an issue with his stuff. I wouldn't know how else to describe it. I just don't know, in my opinion. I'm trying to see if there's anything else here from this game. Don't really see anything else. In terms of the NL East standings, you only lost a half game on the Braves, so it's an 8-game lead. The Braves did not play tonight because I believe their game got postponed with the St. Louis Cardinals because of rain. So I'm assuming they'll be playing a doubleheader tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken, the Braves will. So, unless they are rescheduling that for a future date, I am not entirely sure. Yep, it looks like they're going to be having a doubleheader tomorrow, 1 o'clock game and a 7:20 game, and they are at home. They're going to be having Sonny Gray facing tomorrow in the afternoon game with Schwellenbach. Then Charlie Morton pitches the second game against Kyle Gibson. So we'll see. We'll see. What's the Cardinals' record? They're 50-46. The Cardinals definitely have been playing a lot better baseball as of late, so it'll be a tough series for the Braves, no doubt. But right now, I'm just worried about the Phillies, and they just need to play better. And granted, yes, you never know what you're going to be getting first game back from the All-Star break. I wasn't expecting that. I wasn't expecting that crap. I'm going to be honest with you. And going into this series, in my opinion, you need to win the first 2 games. Because, Trevor Phillips pitches on Sunday? And it's not guaranteed that you win one of those games with Trevor Phillips on the mound. Yeah, you won one of the first games that he started against Oakland, but it's not guaranteed that you're going to win with him on the mound constantly. And who is on the mound tomorrow for the Phillies, if I'm not mistaken? I think it's Christopher Sanchez. Now, if I look at the pitching here today, Aaron Nola just clearly did not have it. I don't know if it was just rust coming back from the All-Star break or something, but I expect Nola to bounce back in his next start. It's basically what he's been doing this entire year. Maybe he has a couple of good games in a row, then he has a bad game. A couple of good games in a row, has a bad game. That's just the Aaron Nola experience at this point. That's not even a knock on Nola. That's just what he is. 5 innings, 6 hits, 4 earned runs, 1 walk, 4 strikeouts. Just looked like today he didn't have a feel for his pitches. He threw 80 pitches, 45 strikes. It's just he wasn't sharp. Was not sharp. Was not good. Gregory Soto, he allowed 2 hits in the 6th inning, but got out of that on 18 pitches. Orion Kerkering was not sharp. 3 hits allowed, 2 earned runs, 1 strikeout on 19 pitches. Jeff Hoffman was basically your best reliever. He struck out the side on 15 pitches. Jose Alvarado, like I said, he's just lost. He cannot throw strikes. And when he's throwing strikes, they're getting hit. When he's throwing strikes, they're over the heart of the plate. And I think what Rob Thompson also says, he's not getting swings and misses either. That's also something that I have been noticing with Jose Alvarado lately. He's not getting swings and misses on his cutter. And I think that comes to his location and also it comes down to his velocity, because when he's not hitting certain parts of the strike zone, when he's not pounding it by guys with 98, 99, 100 with his fastball, because he can challenge guys down the middle of the plate when he has his velocity. If he's throwing 99, 100 down right, in the heart of the plate, some guys are not going to hit that, and they're going to swing by it, and then he can utilize his cutter to throw people off. And right now, that combo just isn't working. He's not getting swings and misses on the cutter, and he can't locate his fastball properly. And when he does locate his fastball, it's right down the heart of the plate. I wouldn't even say that counts as locating your fastball. When you throw it in the strike zone, it's over the heart of the plate. That's the problem with Jose Alvarado right now. And does he fix it? I hope he does. It definitely isn't going to require another AAA stint like he had in 2022 where he just completely reworked himself. I don't think that's the case. I kind of wish he figured it out over the All-Star break, get some rest, have a week off, have some time to take your mind off of baseball for a little bit. No, it's just the same issues that he's been having the past couple of weeks, coming right back to it. Man, that is a frustrating game to come back to. So now you're 62-35. That is 27 games above 500. Like I said, the Atlanta Braves did not play today. And yeah, 8 games above them. Got to start winning games. Got to start winning games again, because the schedule only gets tougher from here. After this series. So tomorrow, another 6:40 game. Christopher Sanchez is on the mound going up against Luis Ortiz. Looks like he is a relief pitcher stretched into a starter. He has a 2.84 ERA with a 1.16 whip. Let's see his past couple of games. His last game was against the White Sox. He went 5 2/3, allowed 1 run. Against the Mets, he went 6 innings, allowed no earned runs. Against the Cardinals, he only went 2 innings, allowed 1 earned run. And then against the Reds, he went 6 innings, allowed 1 earned run. Against Tampa Bay, he allowed 6 earned runs in 4 innings. So he's a relief pitcher. Hopefully the offense just finds a way to put more runs up on the board. Like, traditionally, if you put 7 runs on the board, you should win a ball game. But with the way that the pitching was today, you just needed to score more, and you couldn't. So, there is partial blame to the offense for this game, 100%. Most of the blame should go towards your pitching staff, because for some reason they were just getting rocked tonight, besides a few people. But offensively, you needed to tack on more runs in this game, because you didn't score in this game after what inning? When was the last inning that you scored? And I believe that was the Trey Turner home run, if I'm not mistaken. No, the last run that you scored was it the Kyle Schwarber sac fly? Was it the Kyle Schwarber sac fly that made it 7-3? Yep. So the last run that you scored was the top of the 5th inning. You scored in the first 5 innings of the ball game. You scored in every inning but the second, and then you got shut down in the last 4 innings. For the Pittsburgh Pirates, they scored 3 in the first, 1 in the third, 2 in the 7th, and 2 in the ninth. Just can't happen. Just can't happen. Yeah, Nola did have a couple of shutdown innings after that. He did settle in, but just need to be better, man. Just need to be better. It's really just is what it is, man. Yeah, here's another stat. The Phillies stranded 7 runners after Kyle Schwarber sac fly. Not much else here on the Twitterverse in terms of everything right there. No, not seeing anything else. Not seeing anything else. Let me see. Just try to refresh Twitter here before we go to the Anytime Hotline. Nope, nothing here. Nope, nothing here. So let's go to the Anytime Hotline here before we end it off. As you can tell, I am clearly frustrated, and I'm sure this one caller, Tyler, is very frustrated as well. Tyler, what you got? Oh boy, did I not? Let's see. Let me see. Did I not fix that? Okay, that's there. Is that working?
What's going on, folks? I was pretty impressed with today's offense. I mean, we got more than 5 points on the board, so I can definitely ask for that. Okay, but Nola kind of today. Besides that, you had top of the ninth when bases were loaded, and that's really where you lost the game, in my opinion. Now, the pitching wasn't the greatest. I mean, the defense, if I can talk, wasn't the greatest. I mean, I could tell from the beginning of the game when defense wasn't catching the ball from the beginning of the game. I had a feeling in my stomach that we could lose the game. But really, your offense has to do more. Like, what the fuck? Of a week to do something, to practice, to figure something out. So, no excuses, man. You gotta win this game. You gotta win this game. Top of the ninth, the offense has to put more points on the board there. Yeah, Jose Alvarado should have shut it out in the ninth. But holy shit, man, I've been complaining all year about this offense. So I'm going to leave it at that. Hopefully you enjoyed your day until the Phillies played. Talk to you next time. Peace.
I appreciate the call, Tyler. I did enjoy my day until the Phillies did happen. I was enjoying the first parts of the Phillies game. I was enjoying when they were scoring runs and taking the lead. I was not enjoying when the pitching was on the mound. I can tell you that. I could definitely tell you that. Yeah, it's just it does go to the offense. It does go to the offense for not scoring more runs. You're definitely right there. They stranded 10 plus runners on base. When Kyle Schwarber hit his sac fly, you just got to hit in those situations, especially when you get guys on with no out. You can't just shrivel up, and I think that statement also goes back to your bottom of the lineup is getting the bulk of the chances. Weston Wilson's, Edmundo Sosa's, and Edmundo Sosa was not going to keep up the stretch that he was on when Trey Turner was injured. That's just the obvious. He did get, a hit which loaded the bases up, but still, it's just he got, I believe, like I said, 2 chances. Weston Wilson had 3 chances, and he had a bases loaded chance where he grounded into a double play. Yes, Weston Wilson's stat line said he goes 3 for 5 with 2 RBIs, a solo shot. Good on paper, but he left a lot of meat and bones on the plate. It's just... It needs to be better. And Christian Pache getting 2 chances, Garrett Stubbs getting a chance. You're not going to succeed like that when Nick Castellanos and Trey Turner are getting 1 chance each. And then Kyle Schwarber's lone chance, he got a sac fly. It just goes down to your bottom of the lineup got so many chances. And the Pirates' top of the order was getting all the chances. That was the difference. The bottom of the order was getting on for the Pirates and letting their top guys get opportunities. The top of the lineup was getting on for the Phillies and giving the bottom of the lineup opportunities, and the bottom of the lineup didn't contribute. That's just the case. And that's what it is. So Christopher Sanchez on the mound tomorrow. We'll see what that's like. We all know his splits away from Citizens Bank Park. He's definitely not the same pitcher that he is on the road than he is at Citizens Bank Park, so we'll see. And then Trevor Phillips is going up against Marco Gonzalez who has been very good in his own right. He's another lefty. So we'll see. These next 2 games are going to be tough. Had to win this one. And then after this series, you go play the Minnesota Twins, which it does look like Ranger Suarez and Zack Wheeler are going to pitch in that series. I believe there was an update today that they are both doing good. Ranger said he feels really good. He feels like a kid again. That was what was his exact quotes. And then Zack Wheeler, he was throwing today. They're saying he looks good. So it does look like those guys are lined up for the Twins series. But like I said, the schedule doesn't get any easier from here. You play after Pittsburgh, you play Minnesota, like I said, for 3 games. Then you're home for 6 games against Cleveland, against the Yankees, 2 of the best teams in the league. And then you're going to be playing 4 division leaders I wouldn't say the Yankees are a division leader, but they're fighting there for the AL East, basically. You're playing 4 of the top teams in baseball in a row, basically. You're playing, actually, I should probably reword that. I apologize, boys. This game is throwing my brain off. So yeah, you're facing basically some of the better teams in baseball after this series. You're playing the Twins, you're playing the Yankees, you're playing the Guardians, then you go on the road for a long West Coast road trip, and this is a long West Coast road trip. 3 games in Seattle, 3 games against the Dodgers, who you swept earlier, and they're probably still dealing with the injury situations. They're probably going to try to look for the revenge right there. 3 games in LA, then 4 games in Arizona. It's a very long West Coast road trip, and it doesn't matter how good of a team you are. Going on the West Coast is tough. So this is going to be a tough task for this Phillies team, because they definitely have a very tough schedule coming out of the gate, and we got to see what this team does. It does help that they had that big cushion in terms of their win-loss record, but this is going to be tough for them. It definitely is. So we're going to have to wait and see what happens. But that'll do it for tonight, everybody. I appreciate you for tuning in. I apologize for that gigantic internet crash right there, like in the beginning of the stream. I don't know what the case was that for, but we've been fine basically ever since. So hopefully that was just a one-time thing, and we'll see what happens tomorrow. If I don't get to the recap tomorrow, it'll definitely just be a double recap on Sunday, but most likely I'll get to the recap tomorrow since it's a night game. But appreciate you guys for tuning in. Sucky feeling after the loss. Don't forget to leave a comment in the comment section down below. Don't forget to drop a like. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. It does me a great deal of service. And use the code TTPSPORTS, $20 off your first purchase at SEATGEEK. Great deal. Don't pass it up. Thanks, guys, for tuning in. This loss fucking sucked. And